see how they treat me. 1 minute you need me to lead, the next minute you need me. Life it ain't easy. Told them I would and I did it and now they believe me. I started doubting myself. Look for help but nobody will help. Times I thought about out of myself, out of my mind, out of my body. The things that I felt, now I'm getting it back. Heavy emotion ain't getting attached. It's just different, the difference is that the lie that you told was admitting it's facts.
What's up, world? We at the Live to Legendary podcast. It's your boy Fresh the Legend. Look at my co-host Scoe. We made it, y'all, because my next guest, he is everywhere and you ain't never there. See around you, you doing something great because everything he's around is amazing. Listen, this guy is legendary in the streets, legendary in the athletic world, legendary in the industry, legendary guy, popping before the internet. I can't wait to hear his story. He deserves to be here. Get up, y'all, for Simon One Punch Carr.
Hey, my boy.
My guy.
Mr. One Punch Carr.
Appreciate it. I'm here.
That's a fire-ass name.
Thank you.
How you get that?
Oh, man.
You got to knock out to get One Punch Carr as your name for me.
Right, One Punch is
That's
crazy.
a crazy job.
It takes one?
So, my uncle gave me the name first, called me One Punch. And the boxer trainers, I started boxing at the age of 12. One part of me was a boxer, other part of me was a power puncher. They couldn't put the words to get the names together, so they just called me One Punch. And then later on, I started developing, growing into that name, getting guys out of here, and it just kind of stuck from there.
Where so you got that joint from the family. Tell me about the Carr family, though, because y'all lit in South Philly too, right?
Yeah, probably one of the biggest families in South Philly. It's probably like three families that's big like us. Like big when you say you got a bunch of males, real males, right? It's the Carr family, it's the Bay family, and it's the Myers.
Right.
And then we got a bunch of girls, in our family, like over 100 females.
Right.
So then they done had kids with the Myers, they had kids with the Bays. So now we all cousins. Right. So the three biggest families got families, got babies by them. So now we all family.
Right.
So now when you think about South Philadelphia, you think about us because we all cousins. So it's not just a word, yo cuz, we real family. And I'm probably one of a figurehead in the family. So they, behind the fact I travel and go all over the world, people don't really know that, but they protective of me. I don't have to be around nobody. People know he one of them. And he's one of them. That's my cousin. And it's like, dog, bro, you never see me around nobody. Why is that?
Everywhere by yourself, yeah.
You never see me around nobody.
I don't know who your right-hand man is.
You never see me around nobody. And it's a hadith and it's a parable. When a man walks by himself, that means he's backed by a powerful army. So all the people that's around, when you talk about South Philly, with all my family, I am South Philly, man. They my cousins for real.
That's a heavy statement.
So you think something happened to me that everybody ain't gonna jump, they gonna run, bro, you crazy. So when they say that, I'm I'm all over the world. I'm the spokesmodel for our section of our city. And South Philly is very small, so, and not to mention my father, was a real decorative member. When you talk about Black Incorporated, when you talk about the JBM, my father was part of the Black Incorporated. So who you think they seniors was? When you talk about the JBM, who you think your seniors was? It was somebody that came before you? Know your history. Y'all dudes get to talking and everything. You said, well, how are we able to walk in these rooms? Is in terms of knowing in terms of proper setting and respect. Knowing the proper protocol. Y'all do somewhere down the line, we kind of got mixed up. When you take away the internet gave dudes voices that they never had. You can trace mine back. When you talk about what neighborhood we was from, you can trace it back. Somebody gonna jump on here and say, oh, I know Simon. You can go all the way back to when we was kids. Oh man, I ain't see him. Oh, he wasn't around. What elementary school? You say, oh, I went to school with him. And name them. They know, man, every time Simon was fighting, the girl's going to tell you that. So when we start talking about this cap and the fraud and all these things, bro, you can expand and take all that away. When we didn't have the social media cell phones, how did you know where you was popping? I was popping before the internet. Because when we had these cell phones, before the cell phones, you called the pay phones. When you knew where the dice games was and who was on the block, people was riding by on the block, and they said, yo, who all out there? They would say, it was Simon, Malik, Keith. I was never one of them. Oh yeah, it was me, it was Meek, it was Malik, it was John and them. I was never quoted as in them. It was One Punch, Keith, Malik, Bilal. I was always one of them. When you called the pay phones. So you could take away the internet, bro. If I was a trash man, I still would have popped. Believe that. Believe that. You can trace it all the way back. When I go to my old neighborhood, when I go to my neighborhood, I can walk straight down the block and go into everybody's house. Can you do that? Can you come to your neighborhood where you grew up at and walk into different neighbors' houses? Why? Because I protected that neighborhood. They watched me grow all my life. So I ain't run away, go away, and then come back. I still go back to the same neighborhood I come from. On my way here, I just left a football party. It was over 50 men in this watch party. Who all was in there? Mac, all of them was in there. Because at South Philly, we all together.
What part are you from, South?
Yeah, where exactly you from in South Philly?
Well, when it started, when my mom died at the age of 8, right? And we lived in Tasker Projects.
What's your dad?
My dad died the day I was born.
Oh my God.
He was murdered.
Jeez.
Right?
The day you were born, your dad was murdered?
Right, bro. That's why my life is a different calling.
The day you were born.
Bro, the day I was born. So every day I have a birthday, it's the anniversary of my dad being murdered.
That's tough.
Now, so when we talk about mental toughness, when we talk about being through stuff, when we talk about fortitude, you top that, bro.
That's different.
I'm different.
That's different.
I heard born and mom died.
Nah, bro.
How you deal with that? Like that's every year.
And man, bro, you don't even understand. So you talk about mental toughness, when we talk about fortitude, when we talk about, we just start talking about mental health.
Right.
Nobody never talks about that. When you get hurt, you got a headache or anything, you go into the medicine cabinet and you get a Tylenol. You get sick and you coughing and everything. You say, damn, I'm going to the hospital. Damn, I don't feel good.
Right.
What do you do in terms of the mental portion? So who was there to play basketball and go to your first dance and everything? So that's where the fighting came from. When we were kids is treacherous when you growing up. When you had your mom and all, you busting. Every day I was fighting, bro. Every day I came back from suspension, I went right back out on suspension. And I had to understand. So boxing was a vehicle that took me all over the world, but it also saved my life. And a lot of people don't talk about that from the mental health aspect. Right. We just now getting into that. But what I'm saying to you is this. Had it not been for that vehicle of boxing, I don't know where I would have been. So let's go back to the fighting.
Right.
Every day I was fighting because I was hurt.
Fighting inside.
Inside.
Right.
Not knowing that now, henceforth, you fast forward the time, you understand that you got a better understanding of self. right? So I'm hurting. Kids is, you not understanding. I'm 8, 9. Damn, where my father at?
Right.
You growing up in a mean world, treacherous world, where your father at? Before I was a man, I was giving man's pants.
Yeah.
My mother was telling me I was the man in the house. I had all sisters.
You ain't had no guy.
I was the protection.
Yeah.
Niggas, I'm built different.
Yo.
I'm built different. I was already the protector.
Right.
So now, I never forget, I'm the one who created in-house suspension.
What? Chill. What you talking
I'm the
about?
one who created in-house suspension.
You talking about in schools?
In schools,
They
in the
started that
school system.
You drawn? How'd that happen? What happened?
Bro, let me tell you something, man. Rest in peace, Miss Randall. She was a principal of Pierce Middle School. Well, it was elementary school, then they moved it to middle school, then they made it 8th grade.
Right.
She just passed away, but she was all of our surrogate mother.
Right.
African-American woman, the first time I ever seen a black woman cry was her. And you know why I made her cry?
You made her cry. It's crazy. Yeah.
Because she was getting ready to suspend me.
What you do?
I'm fighting, I'm acting up in school. Go to the principal office. Mind you, I just got 3 suspensions, so they get ready to expel me. She set me in there, I never forgot. Big desk, I'm sitting in the office. I never forget, she get my suspension together. She's like, man, I might have to expel you. She licking the envelope, get ready to hand this up, and she said, get this to your family, man. I already know what to do. Have them, bring you back to school so we can have this conference about they was going to send me to Cato or Boone. So I looked at her, and we eye to eye. I said, listen, miss, I'm going to just tell you, and this is our last time seeing each other. I appreciate what you've done. She looked at me like, what? I said, because if you send me out here and today, I probably won't be coming back to school. And furthermore, you might see me on the news.
You said that to her?
Yeah.
What grade were you in?
Probably like 5 years, 5th grade, 5th or 6th grade.
That's crazy for something for a 5th grader to say.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The woman,
That's like something a high school kid would say.
the woman just broke down in tears. I never seen a black woman cry. That was my first time. And she got up and she hugged me. And she ripped up this pink slip right there. And she said, I got to think about something. And that woman, that's when I knew my life changed. That woman went and created in-house suspension.
To keep you in the building.
To keep me in the building, because she knew if I would have left that school,
Right.
I wouldn't have never came back.
You ain't see a black woman cry until 5th grade?
Yeah.
And you lost your pop at birth? God damn. That's a hard...
Yeah. So yeah, like right now I'm in the process of writing my book because it's got to be told.
Yeah.
And it's just so many chapters in my life that's really been closed for so long, and you never get a chance to really ponder on it and think about it. And now, like my why is different, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm giving little snapshots of my life, but it's really in depth.
Your why is legit.
Yeah.
Niggas be saying shit. Your why
Yeah.
is absolutely legit.
Bro,
There's a reason for what you're doing.
I discovered my mother at 8. I'm the one who found my mother.
What you mean?
Dead. So,
who raised you?
I want to answer.
bro,
Besides outside.
early on, from that point on, for probably like 6 or 7 months, I was homeless.
And Southfield.
Yeah, running around in cars and different
Your
things.
parents are dead.
Just Dan died earlier. Were you like in foster care after that or something like
No,
that?
no. After that, I went on and just was really from pillow to post and sleeping in cars and different things until my grandma found me. And she nurtured me back to health.
Hold on. So you found your mom at 8, you did.
Right.
And from that point, you were homeless as an 8-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
So you was outside just by yourself?
Yeah.
You hard as nails.
Yeah, I'm different,
I don't know
bro.
why you was knocking niggas the fuck.
I'm different,
You
bro.
was tired.
Yeah.
Hungry and everything else.
Yeah, so my grandma found me and was living with my grandma. She nurtured me back to health. And yeah, from that point on, bro, there's a lot of doors.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different places that mentally I've been.
Yeah.
And when you talk about foster care, that was the reason why I went like missing, because I didn't want to go to foster care.
Okay.
I had a
Yeah.
sister.
Alright.
I had a sister, and she went through that. So I went like,
So you had the
nah.
option. You like, fuck it, I'm not trying to be in the system.
Yeah, I'm like, no. We went to. They like, yeah, they gonna send you to like the St. Gibbs and different things, and I'm like, nah. So see, at the end of the day, in my neighborhood and all my homies, when I look back and expound on the fact, we all came from single mother household.
Right.
We was our own big homies.
I have a question for you. So, tell me this shit with Donnie Carr and Rasual Butler.
Yeah.
They my cousins. They my first cousins.
So who's Donnie Carr and who's Rasual Butler for the people that might not know?
Donnie Carr is a phenomenal basketball player. He's Roman Catholic. Then went on to LaSalle. He was anonymous for really shutting down, Kobe Bryant. Him and Kobe Bryant had Kobe dubbed him as the most toughest player he ever played, to date. Even in the NBA, right? Me and Kobe were great friends. Kobe respected me on another level, but he actually had love for me and respect because of the fact of who Donnie was, So that made it even heightened. Like, yo, man, this motherfucker on my ass. I can't get him, off me. Yo, damn. So him and Donnie had a rival. They would always play against each other. And Kobe really gave him, because we was bred different, like you said. So our mental fortitude was tough, and Kobe never had that. Like, yo, y'all dudes is tough down there. Y'all boys in South Philly, y'all dudes is tough.
Kobe saying this.
Yeah. And I bring Kobe through. Kobe in Lower Marion, he was on the opposite side of City Line Avenue. But he wanted to come to South Philly, he wanted to come to West Philly. He knew, in order for you to be the player that you had to be respected down there. And I respected him for doing that.
Wow.
So you had to come through, through us. And Donnie was the time capsule for that kicked it off. Sewell was a young boy that was playing, right? Another family member, and Donnie, he looked up to Donnie, and he would play, and Donnie gave him, and so Sewell looked up to Donnie and was like, yo, man, I want to come to Roman Catholic. Like, yo, so he started playing, he go to Roman. From Roman, he went to LaSalle, and Donnie and him played with each other. And he mentored him, like, yo, he seen really something in him, and Bop went number 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Donnie went on to go overseas, and he played in Turkey and Italy and different things in his height. But Sewell, took off, and he went to Miami.
So, how far did you take your boxing career?
So, that's an interesting thing. I went all the way to my 20th professional fight, and then I fought for a title. And then from there, me fighting for a title, I just, I retired. I just, like, my only dream was really, it's just a challenge for a title. I really wanted to fight for a title. And it was just like, yo, I've already felt like all the things that I went through, I won in life because a lot of people counted me out.
Okay.
What was your record?
Huh?
What was your record?
48-3. When my amateur record, I went on and had 20 professional fights, 10 knockouts, and 2 losses in 8 fights.
Gotcha.
8, yeah, something like that. I was just much mentally, my mind, because I really don't even talk about that portion. I just feel like in my life, the biggest fight in my challenge has been the transition of self.
Say more about that. What you talking about?
When I'm talking about transition of self, all my life I've been a fighter, bro. I came into this world as a fighter.
For sure.
Right? So let me go a little deeper than that. You lose your father, you lose your mother, you fighting in the streets, you come from nothing, and you make something. That's the championship anyway, right? It's easy for me. I'm born a fighter. I enjoy it. Being this person who I am is a challenge every day, believe it or not. Just really being level-headed, just really knowing how to articulate my words and having trajectory and direction, that's the win. Because I can always go back to this. That's what I enjoy doing. I'm a wolf in real life.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When they talk about wolves in sheep clothing, I'm the wolf. I enjoy the blood. I was paid for violence. That was my job. What job did you have?
Right.
Some of y'all dudes be talking. I enjoy fighting. Yeah, that's what I get paid for. I enjoy punching a dude in his mouth. Giving you a pass is the blessing and the restraint. It's easy to go into that.
Right.
We can get right into it because that's what I'm so comfortable in doing. Having a level head, reading the situation, nah, punch. And they don't even dig it. I gave you grace.
Let me pop it real quick. So,
Nigga named Punch, you got, yeah.
not only named Punch, he's also Mr. Everywhere, You're Never There.
Right.
Any place I've ever been that was big, he was on stage or behind scenes. I was trying to get there, I couldn't. Any CM I'm at, he's primary in there, always by himself, walks right in like he knows the security. And I've never seen nothing like it. And that was my attraction to him too. It was like, yo, like, who are you? And I know the world be wanting to know that because he's everywhere, like you think he's a rapper. So tell me how you got that phrase, Mr. Everywhere, you never there. And tell me like how does it? Why do you think? Why do you get that? I guess pass to just walk anywhere you want and do what you want?
How you get in so many rooms?
Yeah, without giving too much sauce.
Cause boy, you in a lot of rooms. All pictures I seen.
Yeah,
I appreciate
crazy.
that, man.
Chris
All
Brown.
on the gram is Scoe is crazy.
Who was you with? Chris Brown. Who else?
Everybody, don't even got to the name. We'll be naming all day.
Crazy.
But
Go ahead.
yeah, so tell me I got the name and how you get these passes.
You know what? Hold on. I just had my mind was going through so many places, right? I'm sorry about that, right? And there was a pause in that. That goes back to the beginning of what I'm saying to you, right? And I appreciate this is putting together the why, right? The why and why the why is different. The why is different behind the fact of when we talk about all these steps and you strip me down, right? Growing up in these neighborhoods, you had to already have the language, right? And what I'm saying about the language is going to coordinate into this world that we're talking about, how you being in all these rooms. I grew up out Tasker projects, right? My mom, we lived in the projects of Tasker. I lost my mom at 8. Ran around in the streets. My grandma lived on 23rd in Tasker, 23rd Street. That's correlation along strip, right? That ran through Tasker, Dickinson, and Wharton, so I'm down 23rd Street. 23rd Street runs into where the Bays at. Tiffy Bay, all of them grew up with their brother, their older brother, Tahid Black, right? I raised Tiffy and them, so that's 23rd Street. Then my grandma, my one grandmother, my aunt said, I'll take her. Because we were, I was developing, she got a house, and she moved me across the tracks. So I lived across the tracks for over a decade, one of the most treacherous areas on the opposite side of Washington Avenue. I grew up on 23rd in Montrose, so around 24th Street, so it's 20th Street, 22nd Street, the most treacherous area. So if you can make it through there, you can make it anywhere. Mm-hmm. That was the most treacherous area in the 90s. So I started boxing. I went to Mary Anderson gym. Mary Anderson is on 17th and 18th in Fitzwater in Catherine, right? 18th, adjacent to 18th and 17th in Catherine. The Myers lived on 15th, 16th in Catherine. All of them right there, they played in that basketball court. That notorious Green Gate that Meek Mills talk about, the Green Gate, is on 18th in Catherine. The same place where all of them played at and created Dream Chasers. That same building in the front I went to every day. Mary Anderson, right? You with me? So now we built. They see me every day. I stayed in Mary Anderson, developed in Mary Anderson. Another trainer takes me and say, hey, we going down to Knife and Passion, South Philly Boxing Club. They're Italians. Every day I walk down from across the tracks to Knife and Passion, going through the Italian section. So henceforth, when you come up and you ask, damn, how punches good friends with Joey Molino and them? Mm-hmm. How do everybody know him? They watch me every day. Mm-hmm. I was Sonny in the Bronx Tale.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pop your shit.
I was Sonny in the Bronx Tale.
Right.
Then you watch me every day with a book bag going to boxing from 12 all the way up, so you can trace me back.
Right.
So when these niggas start talking, damn, how you over there and what's going on, they know me. They don't allow nobody to come in. Capiche?
Capiche, you already know.
So when you can trace it back, and they say, yo, he built, you ain't just come from nowhere. Because the new era, these niggas will start talking about, oh, he was around. Well, I don't really know him. How you don't know me if you ain't do your research? You wasn't around. That's an insult to somebody that put it in.
Right.
So we can't run over, damn, how you in all these rooms? Oh, man, he all right, man, and skip those facts. Let's skip all those accolades and let's talk about the ground, the basis that where it was built at.
So I got it. That was great. You're in the rooms because you're thorough. Because you're solid. Mm-hmm. Because you are original.
I'm original.
Mm-hmm.
I don't build it like that. Before the internet.
I don't gotta have followers or even all this money or all this accolades to be in there. I'm in there because who I am. Mm-hmm. Because I come from the fabric.
Yeah, nigga, there you go. Nigga kicked this old game, and I ain't gonna say no name, no blame, right? The first time a nigga say something, he say, man, I got too much money. Nigga, money don't make you thorough.
Never did.
It's a bunch of niggas with money that's suckers. In a world of lollipops, man, is one of the things we do. It's hard for y'all niggas to be suckers. Y'all a bunch of suckers out here, man. I grew up around real men. I went to jail at 17 years old for a murder, man. Y'all playing games, man. Stop playing, man. So when I be looking at dudes, man, and y'all ever ask me, I don't really got bad vision. I can see with my glasses off. I wear my glasses because they my x-ray finders when I be reading the bullshit.